There has been a huge announcement made. AEW has something really, really big happening in the works. Guys, I think this is going to lead to more excitement for AEW. This is the type of stuff that I want to see. Also, the Briscoes, what's really happening with them? Well, there are some things happening with AEW and Warner Media that a lot of people need to start paying attention to because that could very well dictate the future of the Briscoes. And then, of course, we got to talk about a WWE return. Somebody's been out of action for a while. Smackdown after WrestleMania. We're talking about it all in today's video. As always, I'm going to keep you guys updated. If you want more videos like this, go ahead and subscribe. And don't forget to weigh in on the conversation. Drop a comment. Join the Discord. You already know what to do. All right, with that being said, Lacey Evans is somebody that is coming back. Yeah, she is reportedly coming back to SmackDown after WrestleMania. Multiple sources have reported this. And the very interesting thing is, what is WWE going to do with Lacey Evans, right? If you don't watch WWE, well, I could probably say more than likely the Ric Flair and Lacey Evans storyline had something to do with it. It did not make sense. It was not good. It was illogical. It was just dumb. I think it made everybody involved look bad. Charlotte, Ric Flair, Lacey Evans. I can't even believe that WWE went forward with that storyline, but nonetheless, they did. So how WWE actually brings back Lacey Evans will be very interesting. If you guys don't know why Lacey Evans was gone, well, she was pregnant and she had a kid. But before that, she was involved in a love storyline, romance angle with Ric Flair, and it was just absolutely dumb and cringy. And like I said, sometimes WWE just does things that like don't make sense. This was one of them. I don't know how WWE is going to repair Lacey Evans when she returns. You look at Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch and Charlotte and Bayley. When those women are on television, they have prominent storylines happening for them. When you see somebody like Rhea Ripley, right now she's in a storyline, but we're really waiting to see what they do with her, Edge, and Damian Priest because that's the rumor, right? When you look at somebody like Lacey Evans, she's never really had this opportunity to be the star of the women's division. And it's like I've said before, perception is reality, especially in WWE. If you're putting these characters in stupid stories, if you're not putting them in meaningful matches, meaningful feuds, regardless if they win or lose, they got to be meaningful. And Lacey Evans, I feel like she's never really been in anything meaningful. And, that has to be something that changes if they really want to make something work with her. Now, Lacey Evans did come from NXT. She did have the ability to cut promos and actually wrestle. A lot of people never really had a concern about that. It's just a matter of, I think the roster in WWE, just like I say with AEW, man, it's freaking crowded. It's bloated. You have too many people you can push. That means other people have to take losses and other people have to lose. It's the Liv Morgan effect, Liv Morgan's a great asset to WWE, but ultimately, when you have such stiff competition in there, like, it's really hard for people to stand out. Bloated rosters aren't good. I don't know what they're going to do with Lacey Evans, but it will be interesting to see. Now, if you guys have been wondering about the Briscoes, this is probably the most important thing you need to know about the Briscoes. Things could very well change. So right now, the Briscoes are set for a return to Impact April 24th in New York. And obviously, that's going to be massive. The Briscoes are going to be great regardless of where they go. Obviously, their match with FTR, I gave it 10 stars out of 5. I'm not even debating people on that. That is an ideal storytelling match, right? The idea to tell a story and connect with the crowd, that was the best example of it. Now, for those who aren't paying attention closely to the Warner Media and Discovery merger, I highly encourage people to look into it more. It's something I've been following for the last few years, especially because my real life job at the point before, we dealt with things like this. And look, my point is this. Warner Media going into Discovery, the merger is going to be finalized. It is going to happen. It is expected to be done today, actually. Now, with that being said, when it comes to Warner Media and Discovery, the rumors suggest that maybe employees from Discovery aren't going to be taking in the employees from Warner Media, which that also means the executives that Tony Khan, works with on a regular basis may not be there anymore. Now, the reason why that could be a good thing is because maybe Discovery has different thoughts and opinions on bringing in the Briscoes, or perhaps maybe just slightly, they could even have bigger plans in general for AEW, which, I think that is something that people got to look very closely to. We talk about streaming deals. We talk about all of these different things, television networks, television partners. We don't know what this is going to be, but this could very well change the final outcome for the Briscoes, and I think it's inevitable at one point in time. It's going to happen. The Briscoes ending up in AEW in some capacity will happen. I just think things need to happen for that to actually take place, and that's when it becomes a really difficult thing. So with AEW, being part of Warner Media, but Warner Media is doing this merger with Discovery, I think a lot of things might change. It could be for better. It could be for worse. It really just depends what the executives at Discovery want. But it goes back to what I was saying about AEW and WWE. If you think these companies are going to die, they're not. We are in a content-driven business. That's the industry's content, and AEW is producing hours of content on a weekly basis, and they just picked up Honor Club. WWE is doing the same thing. You could sit here, scream and shout about what creative is good, what creative is bad, but ultimately, at the end of the day, these companies are getting the bag. So if they're getting the bag, you know what I mean? Just like watch what you want to watch. What was it? Tony Khan used to say, watch your wrestling. And that's why I want to watch Impact to see what happens with the Briscoes. I'm very curious. Impact does not have a good tag team division. It's not because the tag team division isn't good. It's just the way they treat the tag team division compared to X division or the World Championship picture or the Knockouts division. So it will be very interesting to see how that works. It's not a step down for Briscoes to be an Impact. I feel like they'll be able to be them true selves. It'll be fun. It'll be entertaining. I don't think you'll see much of a difference from ROH to Impact, but I do want to see Briscoes, have some big matches in the AEW, and that's really, really important, and I don't know if it will happen. With that being said, I want to turn our attention to NordVPN. For a fast and secure browsing experience, you can sign up today using the link in the description, get NordVPN, and enable threat protection features to block trackers, annoying ads, and malware lurking online. Also, with this, you can experience online freedom, which is always a great thing for wrestling fans, especially when you can look at reliable encryption. And don't forget, they do have support 24/7. If you guys need assistance with that, their friendly and professional tech support agents are here to help you anytime. Now, with that being said, guys, I have started something new with NordVPN. You can actually use the link right here, http://www.nordvpn.com/theangoshow. You're going to get a really sweet offer. Wrestling fans should be using a VPN. A lot of great things that come with it. And I specifically started working with NordVPN because I've been using NordVPN. So it's the actual VPN that I've been using for about a year now. I can only say good things about it because that's the one I've used. I haven't used any other ones, but there's a reason why a lot of people trust NordVPN, and I think you should too. If you guys are interested, check out the link in the description down below. If you guys have questions, there is a whole bunch of information on the website. Now, with that being said, we are going to talk about AEW and NJPW. Very cool stuff. AEW Dynamite and Rampage are going to air on NJPW World with live broadcasts being planned. And the cool thing is, it's been confirmed that they are working on doing Japanese live commentary as well, which that is the version of AEW I want to watch. That is the version of AEW I want to watch. I want to watch it with Japanese live commentary. Nothing against Excalibur, Tony Schiavone, Jim Ross, right? Nothing against those guys. Japanese commentary is so enjoyable because the excitement is just different. I don't know what it is about the Japanese language and wrestling, but when I watch New Japan and I see the commentary, obviously I don't know what they're saying, but I feel the intensity, the emotion, like it's amazing. And it's just like wrestling, they say, is a great love language, because if you love wrestling and somebody loves wrestling, it's not about the language, it's about everything else. And that's what's really cool. Now, with that being said, fans who subscribe to New Japan World will have the shows available to them at no extra cost. So there's no extra money for this. There is a live Japanese version being planned. Also, this was announced by New Japan World on Twitter. So this is obviously going to help AEW reach a new audience. And I just think this makes it inevitable for AEW New Japan eventually to have a pay-per-view. The wheels are in motion. The relationship that they have with New Japan now compared to what it was in the beginning, it's night and day difference. Congrats to AEW for pulling this off. You don't have to love everything about every wrestling company, but what you could love is wrestling. And I think AEW does a great job providing wrestling. And I think New Japan does a really great job with it too. They come together. I think you'll see more crossover between them. It's going to be interesting to see, but I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Drop a comment, and I'll see you guys soon.